the sun, the fields are alive. Cheering crowds and the teams collide. In these moments, we stand tall and free. First pride runs deep in me. With every touchdown, we rise and we cheer. Unity and spirit, the heart of the year. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zone to go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. Girls in the game, they're fierce and bright. Flag in hand, they give it their might. From every town they bring their dreams. On this field of gold, nothing's as it seems. Together we shine, together we play. In Florida's heart, we own this day. Raise your voices, let's make it loud. In Florida's high schools, we're so damn proud. From the bleachers to the end zones go, football and cheers make our spirits grow. So here's to the game, we'll rise and stand. In Florida's field, radio night band.
All right, it is time for the Central Florida edition of the Blitz here on FortingTestFootball.com. Happy World Octopus Day. I'm Josh Wilson. That's Christopher Light putting up the prop there for us. I see Emery is already in the chat as we come here live on this Wednesday night as we take a look at Central Florida here and our okay, all right, the food chat's already starting. I mean, if I tell you what Chris has behind the camera there, I don't know, will he kill me or not? I don't know. Just kidding. Anyways, how's everybody doing here? And I'm glad you're here with us. And but Mark Cannon ate 2 large cinnamon rolls. Are those Cinnabons or just cinnamon rolls? So I want to know. He's got the grapes. He's got the grapes. He's got the grapes.
Yeah, I do.
Squidward finally gets a day, as everybody says. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Week 8, Central Florida. Things are going to be really interesting here this week. A lot of good games on deck here. And I got to tell you, it is going to get interesting here. But first and foremost, we got to take a look back on what was week number 7 with our picks that we had on our pick 6. And boy, oh boy, looking at our picks, actually, this is where all of us, we went 6-0 on our picks. We were right on every single game this past week for Central Florida. So
Yep.
Yes, it's really impressive to take a look at this here as we roll along here. But I got to say this, Chris, when we look at it here, the results really speak for themselves when we look at these teams here. And first up was North Miami Beach versus Lake Mary. And Lake Mary seems to maybe finding their groove again here. But, as they say, you got to keep an eye out what's ahead on the schedule. And this week, they got a big game sitting there.
Yeah, Lake Mary got a big game, and last week was a good warm up. So of course, North Miami Beach is not really a team that competes a lot, but they do try.
No, they do try. They do travel a lot. They don't really do a lot of games at home, so to speak, Chris, because or home, home's down there in Miami-Dade County where there's not really much in terms of the stadium. So they rather just take the games on the road just because it's easier to handle instead of dealing with the convoluted mess of the scheduling down there. But Lake Mary 45-13 over North Miami Beach, and our second pick was Lake Brantley and Tohopekalaga, or so some people cannot get. If people have not been able to pronounce that school's name since it opened, I think opened in 2020 or something, or 2019. It's been open for a hot minute now, but Lake Brantley rolls 43-7 over Tohopekalaga, and the Patriots pick back right up after that week 6 loss. But they got it. They got a district game this week against Haggerty. So that district 7A3 is one district to keep a big eye on right now in terms of everything. And Chris has been kind of going through opening the playoff roadmaps and just kind of condensing things down at this point, because now we're starting to pretty much a lot of district spots are going to be decided this week.
Yeah, a lot of district spots are going to be decided, and a lot of district. You're going to see a lot of teams going to fall right off the map real quickly.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Mark Cannon says, congrats, Josh, on that pronunciation of Tohopekalaga. So there, I'll give myself a round of applause. There you go. There you go. Oh man, yes, it is a lot of fun here as we go rolling through here with everything here. All right. Taking a look at another game we had, Mount Dora Christian Christchurch Academy. Mount Dora Christian rocks away 22-0 on win there on the road, and right now they're looking like a really top team there in that Sunshine State Athletic Association's North Division, and for the entire association for their 11-man league. So Mount Dora Christian now 7-1 on their season, and the Sunshine State Athletic Association, they only have this week, next week, and week 10, and then their playoffs are coming right after that, week 11. Mark is asking you what you're eating, and it is grapes, right?
Yes, it is.
You know what I had right before the show? A bologna and cheese sandwich. Mustard on the bread, white bread. There you go. And I have peach sparkling water here. So from Walmart. So all right, looking at the next game that we had, Edgewater and Winter Park, and Edgewater now 7-0 on the season here, but it was closer than I think anybody expected. 28-21. Winter Park came this close, Chris.
Oh yeah,
pulling off the upset, that close.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that one kind of surprised me a bit on that one. So, but looking at First Academy and St. Fran. Oh, what happened there? There we go. Okay, I had it right here on my thing, and all of a sudden the thing. First Academy, and it's First Academy Orlando. Yeah, that.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at First.
We kind of saw this coming.
I'm laughing at the chat. I'm trying not to bust.
We kind of saw this one coming too.
What, the bologna and cheese?
No, the same thing.
I'm sorry. The chat's. I'm laughing at the chat. I'm not laughing at First Academy losing. This one, I think we saw coming. I felt like it was. I didn't expect them to get goose egged. I expect them to put up some points. I didn't expect them to score a ton of points, but them getting goose egg, the talk of First Academy being all that, well, that we've put that to. We've just go ahead and pump the brakes.
No. Well, we saw St. Francis in the first week of action, so we kind of got a hint about what they're made of. So.
No, absolutely here, and I'm trying to see if I can find something here, but as we roll along here, the last game here that we had on our list here from the pick six from this past week in week number 7 was Mainland and DeLand, and boy, that was another tight one. And DeLand 28-20 over Mainland and hands the Buccaneers their second loss of the season, and DeLand remains undefeated, moving to 6-0, and still no word yet exactly which day we're going to find out when they're going to actually make up that game with Spruce Creek to finish that game, I should say, because I believe the DeLand was up 14-0 in that game, and we'll have to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, the tentative on that is November 6th, but we'll wait and see about that.
No, it really is, and let's see. Man, oh man, but just when we look at everything here, Chris, it just really there's a lot there, and I mean, is DeLand peaking? Are they peaking too soon? That's a good question. That is a good question mark to ask here. Are they peaking too soon, or are they peaking?
It's very possible with the way, but the way that district is, the way that district is, I wouldn't be surprised if they have to fight for an at-large bid. So,
yeah, no, absolutely, and hopefully this works as in terms of the First Academy. No, that's not going to work. I'm looking for a break of sound effect, but I don't know, because I think we're gonna need. I think we're gonna need that with some of the stuff that we got going on here.
Yeah,
I'm being honest. I feel like we need to have some stuff there with that in order to deal with the teams that are we're gonna have to pump the brakes on after this week.
Get a sound effect of a screeching car. That's
what I'm trying to do. But anyways, we're gonna. I haven't. I'm only playing it because no one has mentioned UFOs yet. So there you go. All right. Well, we gotta. That is it for the Blitz Lines here. We're going to take a break here, and then we're going to come back, and we have our pre-recorded interview. Yes, it's a pre-recorded interview with head coach Karl Calhoun of the Sanford Seminole Fighting Seminoles, who's got a big game this week against Lake Marion, that District 7A3 matchup coming up here on Friday night. And again, that's a huge one. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back after this break here on FortHSFootball.com.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
Touchdown! Juggled and caught!
I've been thinking about this for a long time. I thought, if that's out there, I want to make sure I see it and I get involved in it, because to me, this was music to my ears. I was blown away. When you look at today's kid, the millennium kid, they learn by being able to see it. If I can see it, there's a great chance that I can do it. First Down Playbook is a tool that can essentially change the way we teach the game.
And welcome back here to The Central Florida edition of the Blitz here on FloridaHSFootball.com and the FloridaHSFootball.com social media handles. And joining us for the interview here going into this week number 8 is the head coach of those Seminole Fighting Seminoles out of Sanford, head coach Karl Calhoun Jr. joining us here. And coach, this week's a big week for y'all, week number 8, and it's the week against the big-time, long-time rival Lake Mary. But first, let's talk about the team here itself here. Since the start of the season kind of got off to a rocky start, but ever since then, y'all figured it out. Y'all played some tough games along the way. Talk to us about what you have learned about your program here after the 6 regular season games and going at this point coming into week number 8.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you having me on. It's good to be here. The biggest thing, man, is understanding resiliency and understanding when adversity hits. How do you respond to adversity? We've dealt with a lot this season. We've never been the program to make excuses, but we've dealt with things behind the scenes. But overall, it's kind of letting these guys know to continue to push, continue to keep our eyes forward to what we need to do. And I think the last couple of weeks, these guys are starting to lock in and understand who we want to be as a program.
No, absolutely there, coach. And, looking at it again, as I said, I will say this, if there's a good 3-3 record to look at, Sanford Seminoles got one of those right there that to be looking at here. But let's go back to week 6. Okay. Lake Brantley. Okay. Lake Brantley's coming into the house. There's a lot of hype around Lake Brantley, and y'all basically said, you know what, we're going to quell this. We're shutting it down. What y'all did, 43-21. Talk about how y'all prepared for that game, given all the hype that has been surrounding over there with one of your other rivals in Seminole County.
Hats off to Lake Brantley. They definitely is a great program and did a lot of different things on offense, a lot of different things on defense, and they're a team to watch out for. And we understood it. I think it was more so that we kind of more worried about us. We was coming off a couple losses that we, had a sour taste in our mouth. And we know those games against Lake Wales and Monarch came down to a few plays. And we knew coming to that week it was a must-win game. And I think the kids responded. We had an excellent week of practice on all 3 phases. And it kind of showed, we come out and wanted to establish our urgency. It was senior night, like I said, big-time district game. So we came in and just wanted to have a full, complete game, and I feel like we did that from start to finish. So hats off to them. Like I said, great team. They were coming off some good wins. They've been putting up a lot of points, and we just kind of came in and played Seminole football and ended up on top.
And with that, let's talk about some of the guys here. Looking at the offensive statistics, y'all have kind of used several different quarterbacks. Talk about that. Having to play with several different guys under center instead of having one main guy that's really been that really has been taking all the snaps.
It's kind of going off of what's been going on. We've been dealing with injuries and dealing with other things personnel-wise. So we've used, like I said, 3 different guys back there. Well, 4, counting Gate. We used 4 guys back there. But the biggest thing was finding what we wanted to do and getting through those injuries. So once we did that, we're trying to put the best position out there to make sure we're successful. And however that looks is what we're going to try to do. So Jalen Chaplin is our quarterback as of now. And we're riding with them, and we're still utilizing those other guys as well. We're just doing different things, and that's kind of where we've went with that. But he's the quarterback moving forward.
No, absolutely, and also with the ground game, it's you got several different guys that they got 3 different guys at least over 200 yards rushing, one that's over 300. But y'all are kind of it seems like it's by committee the way you were looking at the stats here. Is that how we would? Is that the best way to describe it? Basically, right this second is that it's basically whoever can get the ball and get it down the field for you.
Well, when our goal is to play deep in the playoffs every year. That's our goal, to do. So with that being said, you need to have different guys that can get hot at any moment. So if you use one running back, they end up getting hurt, end up going through different things. That's a very physical position. If you have multiple guys that can do it by committee, it's harder to game plan against. There's more things we can do with different guys, put them in different positions. And we're even missing one, Deshaun Watkins, another guy that went down early this season, another running back that we would like to have out there as well. But Kimari Freeman, Devarian Jefferson, Anthony Gate, those guys back there have carried the load in the backfield, and either one of those guys can get hot at any time and break one. So it's good to use those guys back there, and we're definitely going to continue to use multiple guys.
No, absolutely. I mean, to say it right, Kamoe Stevenson leads your team in interceptions, as well as Rasheem Turner Jr. Both of them have 2 picks each here. But looking at the defensive side of things, I mean, what have you learned about the defensive side of things as you've gone through these games so far?
Well, I definitely learned. We had some rocky starts with different things, but when you kind of sit back and look at it, me being here since 21, we always had guys that played for multiple years. We had guys that came back. This time we had a bunch of new starters on defense, and if they weren't a new starter, they were new in a different position. So we kind of knew that going early. We was going to take some lumps, and we also played some really good teams coming out the gate. But once those guys got settled in, they looked like they were playing good football. Like you said, Kamoe Stevenson's a guy, first-year starter, is having a terrific season as safety for us. Rasheem Turner's been a starter since a sophomore. We're blessed to have him, and he's having another crazy season to start. Terrence Thompson Jr., the DN, is having a great season to start. He's been there too. So the good thing is, man, we're playing it by committee, and all the guys are joining in together. The communication has been better, and we've always been known for a stout defense. We want to continue to keep that name. So those guys, very proud of how those guys are starting to gel, and this will be a big test this week to see if it's coming together.
No, absolutely here, Coach. And let's get into the deep dive of this. What's left of the remaining schedule here. Y'all are in the thick of the playoff hunt here. And it's obviously big game this week. I would say if this is the biggest game of the season, usually every year, it's Lake Mary. It's Lake Mary week. I mean, talk about the hype. Talk about everything that surrounds this game. Against with Lake Mary, and the fact that Lake Mary obviously came off a 7A state runner-up finish last year. Nothing more than for y'all to get a win against them, but also to get a win against them at their place too as well.
Exactly. First of all, Lake Mary is a great program, great coaches over there, great players. They play very hard. And we understand the magnitude of the game. Me being a Seminole alumni, playing against Lake Mary this week is always, it don't matter if both teams 0-9 or both teams 9-0. It's going to be a crazy game. It's always going to be a physical. It's going to be a crazy mental game. And preparing our guys to understand that they're not going to give you anything. You got to take everything from those guys. They always prepare. And we just got to make sure we're exceeding the momentum and exceeding our effort to make sure that we're in there to capitalize on situations. So the week been intensified in the weight room, obviously intensified at practice, intensified in the detailing, and guys understand what's in front of them. It's a big district game that could come down, obviously being the district championship, based on what's happened with the other teams in the district. And the guys are excited, and we're ready to come out there and play football, and especially going over there to that nice turf over there. So we got to come out there and play a good game.
No, absolutely, Coach. And just before I ask the next question, the rest of the schedule, Spruce Creek next week, Haggerty to finish up the district's schedule in week 10, and in week 11, a trip to Sarasota Booker, and no easy stretch here in terms of what's left on the schedule here, but definitely, when you look at this particular part with the schedule, it's I guess you could say it's about challenging ourselves up to the point of being, like you said, being ready for the postseason.
Well, like I said, obviously you want to win every game, but when I took the job, the goal is never to go 10-0. Obviously, that's a great thing. The goal is to be battle tested going to the playoffs and win the district. That's always been the goal. That's always been our system and our mantra, and we want to continue that. So, it's easy and good to get, those big wins and, winning by 40, 50, 60 points, but when you come down to it and you got a tough game start to finish, it propels the kids in the playoff. Those playoffs games are tight. Those playoffs games, every little decision matters. Every mistake comes back and bites you. So when we play those type games in the regular season, it definitely helps us be ready for that deep playoff run that we strive to get to every year.
No, absolutely. And, you're an alum of the school. Obviously, you talk about that. You just mentioned that. I mean, talk about that being able to coach your alma mater, being able and talk about the fan base as well. Because you're all one of the oldest programs in the state here. Just talk about the tradition and all that as well, because coming from your perspective, because it's always interesting to hear from a coach's perspective, especially when they're coaching their alma mater.
Yeah, man, there's no place like Bokeem, man. This place is special. It's a really tight-knit community that rallies around the football program. They're there every night. It's loud. If you ever want to come out to a game, let me know. It's a crazy experience out here. And we just love it. Me being from here, it intensifies the love. I think the reason I care for these boys so much is because I walked their shoes. You know, I was on the same field as them, I was on the same things as them, weight room. So it's really just understanding what comes with it. It isn't always peaches and cream. You know, it's being from the community and things going bad. Sometimes you can hear different things, but overall, you keep your mindset forward and understand the support is more positive than negative. And you just got to come out there and capitalize, do what you got to do. But it's a special place, special school, special city, and they care about their football, and you're gonna hear about it.
No, I got to ask, where did the term Bokeh come from? Where did it develop? Where did it originate? What's the story behind it?
You'll probably hear 1,000 different things about it. Me personally, being a kid from Sanford, that was just a nickname that we called our city. If you look deep into it, it'll say the boat key. When the boats used to come in, they used to stash it there, and that's where they came with Bokeh. But me being a Sanford kid, I always just the nickname for the city. So it's basically like the Big Apple, right? Like they say about New York and those different things. So it's just a nickname for our city, and people from Bokeh understand when you say that you're speaking about Sanford, Florida.
No, that is such a cool thing that that it's a nickname. That is, it's almost like Orlando City Beautiful. I get that. So it's very much it's just a way to identify your city. I love that.
Exactly.
I love that. Again, especially for fans, again, you know what? It's still, if I can describe it this way, it's still small town feel, even though it's 7A football there and they're over there in Sanford.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, absolutely, and at the end of the day, what do you? I guess the biggest thing is I ask you, because I know this has been a big impact for y'all in Central Florida. How have y'all handled the weather adversity this year? Because it's not been the hurricanes this year. Thank you, knock on wood, but it's been the thunderstorms.
Yeah. It's something that you come into the season, you got to understand that what's going to happen. So you need to have backup plans about the gym, backup plans about film time, backup plans about board time, and just go with it. Understand the kids, you can't control the weather, but you control your mindset. So if we have to be inside the gym, we got to be in the gym. If we got to be on the board, we got to be on the board. If we got to go inside, then go outside, and vice versa, you got to do what you got to do. So it's not something that you don't expect. It's something that as a coach you got to come in understanding to make sure you get it. The biggest thing earlier was the heat. The heat's been keeping us off the field around August. I remember we went to a stretch where we didn't get outside longer than 30 minutes for 2 weeks. And it obviously affected us, going into those big time games early. But the biggest thing is going with it, having a backup plan as a coach, and making sure the kids don't use that as an excuse. You need to still be locked in, whether we're on the grass or we're on the court or we're on the board, you're on the seat, whatever it is. So each week is a new week, and you just got to prepare as such. Make sure you're looking at your weather app.
No, absolutely. And Coach, again, appreciate you being able to join us here on the show. Remember, Sanford Seminole, they are at Lake Mary Friday night, a big district game, sitting there in Class 7A District 3. It's basically, we could say it's potentially for all the marbles. It probably won't, the dust probably won't settle until week 10 gets around here, but it's definitely a lot riding on this game, Coach, and we definitely wish you the best of luck here as you all navigate these 4 remaining games in the 2025 regular season.
Yes, sir, man. I definitely appreciate you having me on. It's good. It's going to be a great game. Catch us at Lake Mary on Friday, and hopefully take this thing home. Do what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely. Coach, appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Central Florida edition of the Blitz here on FloorHSFootball.com. You take care.
Yes, sir. Go Noles.
All right. That was head coach Karl Calhoun Jr. from the Seminole Fighting Seminoles there in Sanford joining us here. And boy, Seminole, they are one of those tough programs, and they always figure out a way to win ball games there in Sanford. And they've got a huge fan base that's always into it. And we always get updates from the Seminole fan base each and every week during the season. So we definitely appreciate Coach joining us here on the show. All right. When we come back, we'll be going into our pick 6 for week number 8. Stay tuned. We got some big games to talk about here on the Central Florida edition of the Blitz here on FloorHSFootball.com.
High school sports fans, follow your team live with a free ScoreStream mobile app. Download ScoreStream to get real-time scores, photos, and awesome video. Plus, follow your favorite teams and friends. Get real-time high school sports from ScoreStream.
Box Out gives you the ability to create graphics at the speed of sports to highlight your athletic department, teams, and student athletes in seconds. Used and trusted by Notre Dame, Ohio State, UConn, Marquette, Georgetown, and many more of the top college brands in the country. If you want your school's brand to stand out through all the clutter, start your free demo at boxoutsports.com.
Juggled and caught!
Oh, we're back. It apparently didn't bring it back up on the screen. Sorry about that, but we're here. We are. I'll bring the music back in a little bit, but there we are.
How are you doing that out of order?
Yeah, the chat's been funny here tonight. I'm laughing at the chat, man. It's really interesting. I mean, it's like Mark was like, Mark, recording Josh is a lot like live Josh, and I'm like, is it supposed to be that way?
Could have fooled me.
Oh my goodness! Yes, indeed, and with everything like that, but let's go ahead and get a couple of things situated here real quick here. Chris, I got something for you here. I think I'm going to answer a couple of people's questions here.
Yeah!
Oh, no.
Oh!
Well, but you know what? It's that time for our weekly pick here on FloridaHSFootball.com on the Blitz. And first up for week number 8 on our picks is, yes, we have the graphics now for the other shows. So we have it. You can see what we're picking along here for each of the shows here. And where did my sheet go for week 8? Oh, there it is. Oh, man, I had it open and I didn't go down far enough. That's why. Anyways, Viera 4-2, Osceola 4-2. This is a big district game over there in Class 6A. Where are we going with this one, Chris, on the fly?
Give me Kissimmee Osceola at home. It's too much for Viera to take care of.
Yeah, I'm going with Osceola as well here on this one here. I think it's just going to be too much for them, for Viera to deal with here. Viera's still in the mix for a playoff spot. Could be still after this game regardless. So we'll leave it at that one here. All right. So we have this one up on the docket here. We have Winter Park at Boone. Boone, 17-point favorite over Winter Park. 93% win probability here on this one.
Yeah, Winter Park playing for the playoff lives in this one, but Boone way too good and way too fast for Winter Park. Give me Boone.
Yeah, I'm going Boone as well here on this one here, and then our next one up on this one is Lake Howell at Oviedo. Lake Howell 5-2, Oviedo 4-2. Lake Howell is a 6-point favorite according to the Florida Power Rankings Index. Win probability 73% for the Silver Hawks. Where do we go with this one?
You know, Lake Howell's playing pretty good. Oviedo, again, another team playing for the playoff lives in this particular game. Give me Lake Howell on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lake Howell here, and I'm going to go Lake Howell as well. I feel like Lake Howell is playing some good football, and I think this will be a good win, a good way to get them back into the playoff hunt. Both Lake Howell and Oviedo are out of the playoff hunt right this second in terms of being outside the rankings. They're still in the mix. It's just that they're outside the top 8 right now. But Reno did not. He sent me all his picks, but he did not give me a pick for this game. So how do we handle this one? This is the only game he managed to miss a pick on. What do we do? Do we give him Lake Howell? Do we give him the benefit of the doubt, or do we give him Oviedo?
Airmail it to him.
Huh?
Airmail it to him.
Or do I give him the underdog? I'll give him the underdog. Oh, all right. Well, here we go. Our next game up on this one here in our pick 6 is Lake Brantley 5-1 and Haggerty 3-3. Okay. Lake Brantley, 29-point favorite in this one. Lake Brantley, 99% chance of winning. I mean, Haggerty has a 1% chance. I mean, hey, they have a chance, right?
Yeah.
Or is it really that way?
Yeah, there's a chance. But Lake Brantley's too good, and Haggerty should be out of the playoff after this game.
Yeah, give me Lake Brantley and give me Lake Brantley and give me the points on this one. And Reno is rolling with Lake Brantley as well. Oh boy, here we go. This is the one of the games we talked about. This is a big game. We got 2 big games here to finish up the pick 6 for this week. Seminole 3-3, Lake Mary 4-2. Lake Mary is a 7-point favorite here. Lake Mary, 76% chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I like Lake Mary in this one because they're playing at Lake Mary. Difficult place to play. Give me the Rams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lake Mary as well here. I think Noah Grubbs has got to kind of getting together here. It's not that Seminole can't do this, but I mean, we just should bet the full house on Lake Brantley. Yeah. Anyways, all right, Lake Mary. I'm taking Lake Mary. Reno's taking Lake Mary in the picks as well. All right, our final game. This one we've been kind of eyeballing here, wanting to see what was going to happen with Eastridge. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're at that week. Dr. Phillips 5-1 at Eastridge 6-0. Dr. Phillips is a 1-point favorite in this game. It's a 55-45 in terms of the win probability. This one, gosh, if this was at the Spoon, which is at the stadium for Dr. Phillips, I would probably take Dr. Phillips. Part of me says go Eastridge.
Yeah, I'm going Eastridge in this game because it's at Eastridge. I think they're going to go undefeated in the regular season. So give me Eastridge.
I'm going Eastridge as well here, and Reno is taking Eastridge as well here. I mean, Marquez says Seminole unless Mike the Spoon. Yes, it's Bill Spoon Stadium. That's the name. That's the Spoon. It's Sponne. So, well, that is our pick 6 for week number 8 here on the Central Florida Blitz here. Any final thoughts as we wrap this up, Chris?
Yeah, a lot of exciting games this week. So be sure to check that scoreboard on Friday night to see how these teams end up. And we got a lot of playoff games, potential games right here.
No, absolutely. And I can't even with the chat right now.
Oh, man.
I can't with the chat. So, but anyways, yes, as Chris said, FloydHSFootball.com/scoreboards. If you're not a season ticket member, FloydHSFootball.com/season ticket. And if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, get on there at FloydHSFootball. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, like our videos. We appreciate everybody that's watching us here on the Central Florida edition of the Blitz here. We'll be back here in a few minutes here for the Northeast Florida edition of the Blitz. We'll have head coach Frank Andrea from Old Plank Christian from out of the Sunshine State Athletic Association here on the show for Northeast Florida Blitz. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes.